Hey y'all, it's me again. I'm gonna show you how I make homemade butter. I've actually went and bought some more heavy whipping cream. Like I said, it's a lazy man's way, but I'm hoping eventually this summer to get me a cow. But I just use it in a mixture. What I do is I just pour it all in here. And let it drip drop. Okay, got that in there. I'm gonna put my thing up, lock it in place. I'm gonna turn it on slow. Keep it from splashing. We'll let it go like this. I'm not going to film the whole thing, but I'll just come back and film in increments, or film in increments. We'll not cook too fast, it's sloshing out. But we'll let it go like this, probably about 15 to 20 minutes, and I'll come back. Hey, I just wanted to let you know you can also use a hand mixer on this. It just takes a long time to do it with a hand mixer. But as you can see, it's starting to thicken up. It'll eventually turn into whipped cream, and you just keep beating it. Butter will start forming, and then you'll get like a liquid water, which they call it buttermilk. So I'll show you what that looks like when it gets done, but just to update, see what it looks like. Okay, as you see, it's thickening up. I'm going to drop it down and scrape the sides down. But that right there is a Cool Whip thickening. So we'll have to, whoops, hard to do film in one hand. Let me lock it back up in place. And we're going to slowly start it out. Well, let me get it locked up. Start out slow and get a little faster. And hopefully when I come back, we'll be seeing some butter. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's getting really thick and it's starting to turn yellow. The longer it goes, the more yellow it'll get, and then water will start coming out of it. All right, I hope you can see this. I'm gonna rake it down. But if you look real close, maybe my camera will show it, but you can see water, milky water. See it? So the butter's starting to form now. Get it rubbed down good. Yeah, you see those clumps? That's clumps of butter starting. Now, I apologize. It's hard to film and do this with one hand. Yeah, you can see the water in there good now. So let me start it back up. It's doing good. Okay, that fast I had to slow it down. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But there's your butter. And that's the milk, which is why it's called buttermilk. Let me turn my flash on so you can see it a little better. There you go. But that's the butter. I'm going to whip it slow to, whoops, let me scrape this down a little bit more. But we're getting butter. And this milk, on the water that's coming out of this is making buttermilk, is actually good to make biscuits with. Okay, I'm going to pause it right now because I'm going to have 2 hands to be able to get this out. Be right back and let you see what it looks like. Okay, there is my butter. I'm going to have to get it out of here, but that's the water. There is some little butter in there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some gloves on my hands, and I'm going to squeeze all the water out of it. Or the buttermilk, I should say. But let me get that done, then I'll show you what it looks like after that. Okay, I got the butter in the pan, and what I'm talking about is like I said, I'm using gloves because this is butter. But I'm going to take and squeeze it. See the water coming out of it, or the buttermilk coming out? Anyway, I'm going to get that squeezed, get all the water out of it. Then I'm going to strain all that buttermilk into a cup or a can and use that to make biscuits with. Thanks.